acid, bases and salts. So acids, it's not like it is always present in the laboratory. It is also present in your home. Okay, and you sometimes use it for your medical benefits also. Okay, so how the medicines they work on it. So look at this: acid, bases, and salts. Okay, so have you ever come across this kind of situation? Yes. Okay. Fine. So sometimes look at this. Okay, let us talk about acids first. Substances which are sour to taste have acidic. Sour. What is the meaning of sour? Khatta. Okay. So check in your own languages, like own mother tongue. What is that meaning of sour? You have lemon, correct? Next, you have vinegar. Next, tamarind. Next, tomato. So in lemon, you have citric acid. So what is the formula? C6H8O7. Next, acetic acid, CH3COOH. Tartaric acid, C4H6O6. Oxalic acid, C2H2O4. Okay. Now, last CDS examination, that is UPSC combined different, and one more thing. Thank God this lift reminded me. Don't ever travel in, no, take this lift, whether you're going down floor or third floor. Okay, because you guys are new here, but we have seen before COVID some untoward incident has happened. Okay, so something goes wrong, we are not responsible. Okay, the building owner, the lift manufacturer, or we as an institute, we are not responsible for anything happens inside the lift, outside the lift. Do you understand? So if 10 members are there inside, if it crumbles, okay, if there is an accident, we are not responsible. And we know how to come out of the law. Even if you put case on us, we know how to come out of it. Do you understand? Before starting, before doing something like an institution, a setup, we have read the law in detail and then we have get into these things. समझ में आया? So no mischievousness. Okay. Take, you are trying for Army, Navy, Air Force, be yourself, make yourself fit. Always go to third floor taking the stairs. Don't take the lift. Do you understand? Lift is only for the patients, those who are here in the hospital in the second floor. In second floor, there is a Ayurveda hospital. Okay, so it is for them. Okay, next, coming back to this topic, last CDS there was a question asked, which acid is present in tomato? They have given options like citric acid, acetic acid, tartaric acid and oxalic acid. Maybe this exam they will ask you what is the chemical formula of oxalic acid. So C2H2O4. So from this slide one question expected. Okay, now let us try to understand. Next part, bases. Okay, sometimes you have some bitter taste, so these are called as bases. Okay, you like this one, bitter gourd? No, you don't like, right? So remember that is base. Okay, but that is good for your health. Okay, now for example, we have traffic signals, right? Red, yellow, green, and each of these colors have signals indicating some, some things for the people to do. Okay, now let us try to understand the same thing what happens with the indicators in the acid. So here we have a test called as litmus paper test. Okay, you might have done in your school days litmus paper. So here there is a small strip of papers. This is called as litmus paper. So one is blue color and another is red color. Blue litmus paper and red litmus paper. So the acidic or the basic nature will be tested by this paper. So here you have, so can you see there is a tree and on that tree, on the branch of the tree, you can see something growing. So this is called as lichens and this is nothing but the litmus paper. Okay, this is nothing but the litmus paper and there is a country in the world called as Finland. Have you heard Finland? Finland has this kind of lichens more, so they are the leading producer of the litmus paper in this world. And Finland is also known as land of thousand lakes. Okay, and the capital of Finland is Helsinki. Two questions for afcat students: which country is called as land of thousand lakes? Answer is Finland. Okay, and what is the capital of Finland? Helsinki. And one more sports question for all the examination: the first medal in Olympics for India was in wrestling by KD Jadhav and it was in the Helsinki Olympics in 1951. Okay, in wrestling it was bronze medal. समझ में आया सभी को? Okay, next देखो, it is a natural indicator used to determine the nature of the substance, acidic or basic. Okay, it is obtained from the plants. Okay, so here it looks like this. Lichens is a plant belonging to division of Thallophyta. So those who are biology students, you might have come across Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, right? Then we have different fungi, algae, okay, all these things. So the color of the litmus solution is purple. Now look at this, how I am going to check it. We have two beakers in front of us. I am dipping red litmus paper. I am dipping blue litmus paper. Tell me what happened to the blue litmus paper. The color change was blue changed to red. Okay, so the red remains red and the blue changes to red. This is the first observation. Second observation, the blue remains blue and the red turns into blue. So now we have to check which one of this following is acid or which one of the following is base. Okay, so now let us try to understand. Acid changes the color of blue litmus paper into red. If the blue litmus paper changes to red, that is acid. If the red changes to blue, that is base. So this is acid and that is base. Do you all understand? This basic logic you have to keep in mind. Natural substances. Now imagine in our home, okay, how people come to know how to use the acidic property or the basic properties when the food is prepared. Okay, look at this. Natural indicators can also be prepared from, okay, this tunia flower, then turmeric, then geranium flowers, beetroot. Okay, next you have red cabbage extract. Okay, so these are the natural substances which can be used to check whether it is acidic or basic. Okay, red cabbage extract remains red in acidic solution but it turns blue to in a green basic solution. Okay, so deep blue to deep pink. So there is a flower called as hydrangea. So this hydrangea usually is blue in acid which turns pink in the presence of base. So hydrangea is blue in acid, pink in base. Okay. So next you have turmeric. Very important, it is used in our house every day. Many times we notice a yellow stain of curry on the white cloth. Okay, listen to this statement. We have a stain on your cloth which is due to the presence of turmeric in curry. It turns into red color when you try to wash it with soap. Yes or no? So when it is turning into red, that means it is okay. Now, yeah, this is due to the fact that soap solution is basic in nature, which changes the color of turmeric into red brown. Okay, so yes, in complete all this statement, they will ask you why this stain changes to red color, because the soap, okay, which is basic, soap is base. Okay, look at this. Next, synthetic indicators, artificially prepared. So artificially means I am going to make it in laboratories. We have two breakers. So we have 2-3 drops of phenolphthalein. Okay, so phenolphthalein indicators, I am going to drop it on in this liquid. I am going to stir it up. So there is no color change. Next, I am going to drop some drops of phenolphthalein. Again stir it up. Now it changes the color, okay, to pink color. So now I'll see the observation. If there is no change, it is acid. If it is changing its color, it is base. So phenolphthaleins, acid, no change. In bases, it is pink color. So like this, okay, we have other indicators that methyl orange, eosin. Okay, these are all the examples of synthetic indicators. Next, so these are all synthetic indicators made from laboratories. Okay, so sample solution. The first column is sample solution. Next is red litmus paper. Third is blue litmus paper, phenolphthalein and methyl orange. HCl. What is HCl? Okay. So red litmus paper, no change. Blue litmus paper will change to red. It turn sorry. No. HCl blue litmus. It should yeah, it should turn red. Okay, fine. Colorless. It is correct. Methyl orange. Okay, maybe some typing mistake. ये उल्टा पूछा है या क्या किया है रेड लिटमस पेपर fine we'll just go with the acid name now time being H2SO4 is sulfuric acid HNO3 is nitric acid okay then CS3COOH acetic acid sodium hydroxide it is a base next you have calcium hydroxide next potassium hydroxide magnesium hydroxide and then ammonium hydroxide okay so these are all the examples next we have another example of taking onion and I'm going to dip it in okay so there is an odor when you use onion it's a pungent smell so when I dip it inside the solution onion smell goes off on one side but it remains on the other side okay so here we can decide the acid or base based on the smell. If the smell remains, it is acid. If the smell stops, it is base. So where it is going to be used in your daily life? In this situation where you suffer from cold and cough. Okay, you use inhaler, right? Okay, so that is the idea behind it. Okay, so this is one example. Next, certain substances whose odor changes in acidic or basic medium are known as the, yeah, they are known as this. This is one example here, and other examples like onion, clove, vanilla essence, okay, eucalyptus. These are all used when you are suffering from cold and cough. Correct? No. Okay. Next, mixture of several indicators is called as universal indicators. ठीक है? Chemical definition of acid and base. Hydrochloric acid, aqueous, it is in liquid state. When dissolved in water, you get H plus and Cl minus. So H plus is called as cation and Cl minus is called as anion. Okay. So these are all H2SO4, H plus and SO4 minus. So these are all valency. I told you yesterday how to balance the equation. Correct. So look at this. In left hand side H2. You can see H2 here. So right hand side I have to write 2H. Okay, because hydrogen is 2. So I have to balance it. Okay, then substances which when dissolved in water give H plus ion is called as acid. Okay, shortcut. How to remember if it is acid? HCl. Hydrogen is here. Yes or no? H2SO4. Hydrogen is here. Okay, so this is called as acid. Wherever there is acid, you will have hydrogen. क्या होगा? Hydrogen. Shortcut में ये याद रखो, अगर आपके solution में hydrogen है, so this is called as acid. For example, let me take you to this chart. Okay, look at this. HCl, hydrogen chloride, is it acid? H2SO4, is it acid? HNO3, is it acid? CH3COOH, is it acid? NaOH. Here, hydrogen is there, but this is in the form of OH. OH, that means alcohol. It is base. Now here, CaOH, OH is together. OH is different and H is different. Now KOH, MgOH, NH4OH. Do you understand? So this down from NaOH till NH4OH, it is not an acid, it is base. Rest everything is acid. This is acetic acid. CH3COOH is what? Acetic acid. Okay. So this is how you are going to remember it. Now for example, base. What is the meaning of base? You will have OH. What you will have here? OH. MgOH, KOH. Okay, these are the example of bases. Organic acid. The acid present in the plants and the animals are called as organic acid. Acids are classified into two, organic acid and the mineral acid. Now, let us try to understand each one of this in detail. Mango, tamarind, orange, grapes, okay, lemon. In lemon we have citric acid. These are all naturally present in the fruits. Next, mineral acid. So the best example of mineral acid is this one, that is sulfuric acid. Okay, H2SO4. Then you have hydrogen chloride. Then you have nitric oxide. So these three are the main acid which is used in your laboratory. Okay, sulfuric acid is also called as blue vitriol. It is also called as what? Blue vitriol. It is manufactured from mineral. That means in earth we have some stones. Imagine rocks. I take it in the laboratory, I heat it and I do some experiment, then I get this acid. It is not naturally present in any fruits. So be careful when you deal with acid because it has a corrosive property. That means it will burn off anything which it falls on. So strong acids, we have hydrogen. Okay, more number of hydrogen. Look at this, the statement. The acid which give more number of hydrogen ions in aqueous solution is called as strong acid. Okay, now look at this. HCl, HNO3, H2SO4. I am giving you three example on the top. So tell me, HCl is hydrochloric acid, HNO3 is nitric acid, and sulfuric acid is H2SO4. So where do you have more number of hydrogen? Tell loudly. So what is H2SO4? Sulfuric acid. So which is the strongest acid in this? Yes, that's why it is called as queen of acid. Okay, very dangerous. Okay, so HCl you get H. All mineral acid are strong except carbonic acid. Remember that. Weak acids. Okay, now for example, here you have the acid which gives less number of hydrogen ions. Okay, these are example. Okay, this is acetic acid. What is this? CH3COOH. Do you use acetic acid in your food every day? We'll see that in no, in this class we'll see that. Okay, so organic acids are weak. समझ में आया सभी को? Okay, so look at this. The dilute solution of weak acids are quite safe to drink. Hence, they are used as food ingredients. Okay, so how many of you like pickles? How many of you make pickles in your home, or how many of you buy pickles from directly the shop? You make it. Okay, what is the procedure of making a pickle in home? Tell me, how do you make it? Which pickle you make first? Tell me that. Fish pickle or lemon pickle? Yeah. Mango, kairi. हाँ बोलो. हाँ. हाँ. They store it for some days. Look here. Okay, look here. Huh. Those who know to make pickles, those who know to make pickles, raise your hand. Those who have seen, at least seen, I have seen my mom. Okay, yeah, tell me, yeah, sir, तो बताओ कैसे करना है? Pieces, okay. They will mix with what? Directly, okay. Salt. They will mix it with salt. Why? Why is the question? Look here, Saugat, Saugat इधर देखो. हाँ. Okay, they mix it with salt. Why? Okay, so okay, a question is here for everyone. Let me see. I am going to prepare something in my home. Okay, I am going to prepare something in my home. I don't have fridge in my home, refrigeration. Okay, but I want to preserve that for long time. Imagine 10 days or 20 days or 1 month, something like that. So whatever I prepare, can I make? Imagine I make a sugar syrup. Sugar syrup, मालूम है? I take a water, I keep adding sugar in it. पूरा मतलब इतना sugar मैंने उसमें add किया, you cannot drink that. I made it like this, and I take that food material and I dipped it inside that sugar syrup. Will it get spoiled or will it not get spoiled? Okay, it will get spoiled. Suppose if I do like this, I take a beaker, like a vessel, I take water, I mix salt, I make it so salty that you cannot drink it. Now I take that food item, I mix with it, I put it that in the salt water. So will it get spoiled? It will not get spoiled. Okay, fine. Give me an example where, give me an example where I'm going to preserve something dipping inside a sugar syrup. नहीं. हनी केक नहीं. Rust, no, no, no. Jalebi, no. No. That is all sugar items you are telling which you eat. No. Gulab jamun, rasgulla. Yeah. बोलो बोलो, participate. देखो अगर if you are keeping quiet ये क्लास में मजा नहीं आएगा. I want answers from everyone. Okay, listen here, hands up. Okay, जिसको पता है hands up. Second last bench, look here. Okay, how many of you have eaten amla? Okay, hands down, hands down, hands down, hands down. Now tell me, how many of you have eaten amla which is coated with sugar or dipped inside the jaggery or sugar? Okay, yeah, खाया है तुम लोगों ने? My question is why it is dipped inside the sugar syrup? उसको क्यों शक्कर के इसमें क्यों रखा है उसको? Yeah. Yes, the answer is, see, listen here. The answer is to preserve it. It will never get spoiled. समझ में आया? It will never get spoiled. Okay, next, look here. Imagine, answer to this question. I am going to prepare something. Okay, imagine I prepare a fish. Okay, and I don't want to get that fish to be spoiled for some days, 10 days or 15 days. I take that fish and I dip it inside an oil. I keep it there for more days. Will it get spoiled or not get spoiled? Hmm. Will it get spoiled or not get spoiled? It will spoil. Okay. Now imagine I take a lemon. Okay, I take a lemon or amla. Imagine I take an amla. I don't want that amla and lemon to get spoiled. I dip it in oil. Will it get spoiled or not get spoiled? Yeah. Will it get spoiled or not get spoiled? Tell yes or no. No. Okay. The answer is it will not get spoiled. Okay. Listen here. You all have eaten pickles in your lunch time or dinner time. Yes. So what is in pickle? Oil. So this is an idea of preservation. समझ में आ रहा है? खाली इधर सुनो, अचार खाने टाइम खाली आम के ऊपर नजर नहीं होना चाहिए, उसके साइड में भी होना चाहिए. We have, see, sometimes some food items I will put chili on it. I will put so much of spicy things that it will not get spoiled. That is one thing. Second time, I may dip that inside a sugar syrup. It will not get spoiled. I may dip that into a salt syrup. It will not get spoiled. And I may dip it inside oil also. It will not get spoiled. So this is one natural method of preservation. Do you understand? So here is an acid called as acetic acid, or it is also known as vinegar, that is also used in your pickles. So those who have and ready-made pickles in your home, imagine today you go home, go to kitchen, take out the pickle dabba, okay, whatever masala or pickles you have, MDH masala or jo bhi hai, take it out and read what are the ingredients. Read what are the ingredients. They'll be writing there vinegar is used, and in front of it there is a chemical formula also, CS3COOH. That formula is also written. Okay, so this kind of question they will ask you, why vinegar is used, okay, why acid is used, remember like that. So acids have a sour taste, acids turn blue litmus to red, this we have seen it. Okay, so it turns blue litmus to red, correct. Next, acid solutions conduct electricity because the ions hydrogen and, okay, other ions will be separated in the water. Acids react with metals to form hydrogen and metal, and acid gives metal, salt and hydrogen gas. Okay, so for example, zinc is a metal, H2SO4 is an acid, so it becomes ZnSO4 and H2 as the gas. The arrow up which is showing up, that means it is a gas. Okay, reaction of dilute sulfuric acid with zinc metal. Let us do an experiment now. So here you have a stand, here you have a tube, this is a beaker, soap solution, and look at this, inside the test tube I am putting now some zinc granules. Okay, and now this is dilute sulfuric acid. I'm going to fix it up with a cork and I'm going to insert a tube here. So look at this, hydrogen gas is going to come out. I don't know, imagine I don't know which gas it is, whether it is oxygen or hydrogen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to collect this gas, and this gas is going to be passed under the soap solution. Okay, so there is a burning candle, and the soap solutions, bubbles will come out in soap solution, and the gas which is going out here, it'll it'll connect to the fire and there will be popping sound. Okay, in exam the questions will be, why there is a popping sound from the soap solutions like this, because of which gas here? Hydrogen gas. Okay, so it is like this. Acid reacts with metal carbonates to form carbon dioxide, CO2. For example, metal carbonates plus acid gives me what? Salt and carbon dioxide. Just write this down quickly. Okay. 20. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Mm. Okay. 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 Mm. Okay. Okay. Na actually, ನಮ್ದು 7 o'clock 7:30 ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. No problem. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎರಡು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನಾವು ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಲೈಕ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಪಿ. ಹಾಂ. Okay. 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 Okay, so metal carbonates, imagine these are the examples. Sodium carbonate reacts with hydrochloric acid, it gives you NaCl, carbon dioxide and water. ठीक है, ये example हमने देख लिया है. Next, imagine you have CaOH twice, another example. Calcium carbonate, it is a precipitate. Properties of acid, the sixth property, acid reacts with bases to form salt and water, it is known as neutralization reaction. Next, acid plus base gives me salt. Okay, yeah. NaOH plus HCl gives me NaCl plus H2O. Sodium hydroxide, hydrochloric acid gives me sodium chloride plus water. Seventh, acid reacts with metal oxide to form salt and water, hence metallic oxides are said to be basic oxide. For example, corrosion properties. Okay, it reacts with acid, copper oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid, you get CuCl2 and water. Okay. Next, this equation right now it won't get in your mind, but slowly with practice you'll get it. Now, for example, these are the adverse effect of acids. Properties of acid. Acid have corrosive nature. It will burn anything which it falls on. For example, the cloth, the wood, the metal structure. Okay. Next, you have, these are all the important points that we have seen till now. Okay, 7 to 8 properties we have seen. Yes or no? Acids have, so from here we started sour taste till corrosive property we have seen it. So what do all acids have in common? Imagine this is water and this is hydrochloric acid. I mix this hydrochloric acid inside this water. Okay, so the hydrochloric acid, it get divided into H and Cl. Yesterday we have seen types of chemical reaction, that is decomposition reaction. Here hydrochloric acid decomposes into hydrogen and chlorine. Hydrogen is plus and chlorine is minus. Now why it is plus? Because the atomic number of hydrogen is 1. So how many electrons will be there in the last orbit? Tell me loudly. 1. So maximum how many electrons should be there in the last orbit? 2. So it is hungry. It is hungry for 1 electron. And at the same time, chlorine, it wants 1 electron. Hydrogen is ready to give 1 electron. Chlorine is ready to take 1 electron. That is why it is plus and minus. Suppose here it is H2 plus, Cl2 minus. That means chlorine wants how many electrons? 2. Hydrogen is ready to give how many electron? 2. So like this you have to study. So imagine it gets decomposed into hydrogen and chlorine, and that is why it conducts electricity. So acids will conduct electricity. So you have electric vehicles nowadays, right? So why don't you use sodium chloride batteries in your cars or in your bike? It will never conduct electricity. Do you understand? So look at this. Separation, it is called as ionization. H plus is an ion and Cl minus is another ion. So whatever is plus, it is called as cation. What is that? Cation. And whatever is minus, it is called as anion. So cation and anion is formed when acid is dissolved in water. Okay. So look at this now. To investigate whether all the compounds containing hydrogen are acid, the aqueous solution of an acid conducts electricity due to the presence of electricity. बस कुछ नहीं, ये diagram में क्या याद रखना है? If there is acid dipped in water, it will conduct electricity. See here, the bulb is glowing in the first experiment here left side. On the other side, the bulb is not glowing because I have used glucose solution. What solution? And here I am using dilute hydrochloride solution. Okay, so these things you keep in mind. Next, acid do not show acidic behavior in the absence of water. Okay, in the absence of water, a substance will not form two ions, that is hydrogen and chlorine, whatever it is. Now, for example, this is test tube. Concentrated H2SO4. Concentrated is very dangerous. Okay, next you have one hold stop cork. You have bent tube. Actually, bent tube ऊपर है, cork नीचे है, ठीक है? And copper chloride I am using. Okay, and now if I see the reaction CuCl2 H2SO4, what do you get? CuSO4 and HCl. You get another acid. Do you understand? So now tell me, this reaction is what kind of reaction? Decomposition reaction, combination reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction. Which reaction? Yes, double displacement. Copper is joining hands with sulfur SO4 and hydrogen is joining hands with chlorine. So double displacement. So this yesterday we have done it, right? So यहाँ पे there is no emission of hydrogen gas. Why there is no emission of hydrogen gas? Because I am not mixing it with water. So I don't understand, I will never know whether this test tube is having any acid. So only when there is water I can judge whether there is acid or not. Okay, so HCl, it is another acid, so no change. Moist litmus paper, no change. So if I use water, then I will get it in the right direction. Next, acid is done. Now bases. Base is something which is also called as alkali, sodium hydroxide. Okay, then you have calcium hydroxide. Okay, next you have potassium hydroxide. Okay, next you have ammonium hydroxide. Okay, and you have magnesium hydroxide. And one more thing, when you go to the chemistry lab, see, imagine people think ye shakkar hai. Okay, then this is gahu ka atta, right? Then this is something, yeah, chocolates or sugar. You feel like it's chocolate, but don't eat it. Okay, it's very dangerous. Okay, so strong base will have hydroxide, OH. I told you about OH, right? Okay, OH ions. So NaOH, Na plus, OH minus. Weak base will have very less hydroxide ions. That's it. The story goes in the reverse way. Properties of the bases: they have bitter taste. Okay. Next, bases feel soapy to touch. Imagine sometimes you might have experienced this situation when mom and dad is not at home. Maybe if you have brother or friends, you might have done like this. किया ऐसा ये क्यों है? Why these people are slipping? Because they have used what? Soap. On the surface they have used soap, and soap is a base. What is that? Base. ठीक है? So look at this. Bases turns red litmus blue, that we have seen it in the beginning. Red litmus क्या color change हो जाएगा? Blue color. Okay. Next, base conduct in solution electricity. Two ions are there, so they conduct. Bases react with some metals to form hydrogen gas. Again, once more, NaOH. Some metals, not all metals. Okay, when you heat it, you get hydrogen gas. Remember this. That's it. Next, another property. Bases react with acids to form salt and water. Okay, you get salt and water. Salt in the sense in chemistry, this is salt. Any two metal and non-metal, if they react, you get something like this. This is called as salt. बट हमको क्या लगता है सॉल्ट मतलब नमक. ओके, जो हम खाना में यूज करते हैं ना, that is also a type of salt, but that is common salt used everywhere. Okay, but in chemistry this is called a salt, but not edible salt, not a common salt. H2O is water. ठीक है, look at this now. Next, bases react with non-metallic oxide to form salt and water. So hence non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. This is the most important line in this chapter. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Look at the acid which is formed here. Okay, now this is what is the most important line that you have to understand. Chemistry में इधर से question पूछेगा. ठीक है. Next, pH values. Okay, so you have the pH scale from 0 to 14, and in center you have 7. Okay, so between 0 to 7 you have acid, between 7 to 14 you have base, between 0 to 7 you have H plus ions, and between 7 to 14 you have OH minus ions. So this is very very important. So look at this. Strength of the acid and bases pH scale 0 to 14 है, and in center क्या है? 7. Okay, so center you have 7. In exam they will ask you pH values of many solutions like saliva, urine, blood, okay, HCl. So first you have gastric juice. Okay, gastric juice is acidic in nature. pH value is how much? 1. Next you have lemon juice. Okay, so those who like to drink lemon juice, you are drinking acid. pH value is how much? 2. Lemon juice का 2 है. Next, pure water. It's complete green. pH is how much? 7. Next, milk of magnesia. Golden question. This is golden buzzer question. Have you seen America Got Talent? Okay, उसमें golden buzzer press करता है ना? वो कौन? Simon. Yeah, like that. This is the golden question for all the UPSC candidates. What is milk of magnesia? What is a pH? Why do you eat it? Drink it? Okay, look at this. Milk of magnesia is 10. So is it acid or base? So first point you should remember, milk of magnesia is a base. Do you understand? And you will use this when you are suffering from acidity. when you're suffering from acidity. We'll see this. We have a beautiful slide ahead. We'll see that. Sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH, you have pH value 14. Do you understand? So this is one thing. Okay, and then you have the same thing here. Okay, अभी ये आपको याद रखना है. Saliva का pH कितना है? 7.4. Saliva after meal 5.4. So is it becoming more acidic or less acidic? It is becoming more acidic. Look, next lemon juice 2.5. Okay. Next you देखो aerated drink मतलब कोका कोला पेप्सी जो भी पीते हैं ना, people those who drink so much of cold drink, they will also suffer from acidity problem. Okay, next carrot juice 5.6, coffee 5, tomato juice 4.1, tap water 6.9. Okay, and then you have HCl 1. You understand? In exam they will ask you saliva pH value 7.4, 5.8. Then that's it. Coffee, tomato, they will ask you this. Okay, next importance of pH in everyday life. The pH of the human body, that is blood, is how much? 7 to 7.8. Okay, rainwater का कितना होता है? 5.6. Okay, aquatic life is drastically affected if it becomes acidic. Okay, the flowers, yes, all these things, air pollution. Next, why should you brush your teeth? Importance of pH in your tooth decay. Imagine, look at this. Tooth decay starts when pH of your mouth is lower than 5.5. Imagine you are drinking tea, coffee, cool drink, and then you are drinking lemon juice and you didn't brush your teeth. Okay, if it continues for long day or long time, you will lose your teeth. So the tooth enamel, this is called as tooth enamel. It is the made up of calcium hydroxide. ठीक है, मतलब calcium से बनाया होता है. You will face this kind of problems. Do you understand? Because the bacteria, look at this, the bacteria present in the mouth produces acid, and this acid will react with calcium and you will lose your teeth. That's why you have to take a toothpaste which is good in base. Okay, base. समझ में आ रहा है? So you have to brush your teeth. Next, this is your stomach. Okay, stomach acidity. The pH of the body is how much? 7.3 to 7.4. So stomach, you have hydrochloric acid. So hydrochloric acid produced in the stomach helps in digestion of food. Due to too much of acid causes pain and irritation. Okay, so that time you will use antacids. समझ में आया? You have, there is a tablets, actually a brown color tablet. It will you get it. Baking soda plus lemon. Sometimes people consume it. And example is what? Milk of magnesia. Okay, so what is that? Baking soda plus lemon. Yes, sir. Finally, you can take milk of magnesia. This is what is look like. Doctor will prescribe you this. ये पी लो, तुम्हारा acidity खत्म हो जाएगा. ठीक है? And this was last time NDA question. Tomorrow I'll show you NDA question paper. They will ask you this. Milk of magnesia. Next, pH level of the soil. That should also be maintained. Otherwise, you will have this kind of problem. Okay. Next, honeybee stings a person. Okay, so how many of you stung by this honeybee? You feel burning or irritation, right? Which acid it is? Methanoic acid. Okay, suppose if ant is biting you, do you feel any burning sensation? Which acid? Formic acid. Remember that. When a bee is stinging you, that is methanoic acid. If an ant is stinging you, it is formic acid. Okay. So this is bee. It stings you. Okay. Then the rubbing of mild base of baking soda on the stung area. Okay, you will do like this. ये सब याद रखना है. And okay, so this is all survival techniques. Okay, so these are the traditional plants which can be crushed and applied to the area which the bees have been stung. Next, salt. Okay, types of salts: acidic salt, then you have basic salt, and then you have neutral salts. Okay, so this is rock salt. Deposits of salts, solid salts are found in several parts of the world. These large crystals are often brown due to impurities. These are called as rock salt. Okay, so this is brine. Brine is nothing but it's a salt solution, NaCl solution, and I'm going to use it for the experiment analysis of electricity. Okay, ये सब जरूरत नहीं है. You can read it and get back to me later. Bleaching powder, very important. It is used in many industries. Chlorine is produced during the electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride. How many of you gone to the Wonderla or any swimming pool? So how the water tastes there? Thoda, have you tasted the water there? Why it is that taste? Because chlorine is used. What is used there? Chlorine. But chlorine is it's not used directly. Bleaching powder is mixed in that water. समझ में आया? So the chlorine gas is used for the manufacturing of bleaching powder. Okay, so this is the formula. CaOH twice Cl2. Okay, this is the chemical formula. Then it is also used in the dry cleaning industries. Okay, it is used in the cotton and clothes, chemical industry mein. Okay, then drinking water to kill the germs. The Bangalore municipality or the water board, BWSSB, they use it. Next, baking soda, very important. Sometimes it is added for faster cooking. Okay, how many of you like to eat food in from hotel? सब लोग खाते हैं ना. What happens when you go and eat lunch? The quantity of the food is more, but you don't feel like eating because your hunger goes immediately. Why it happens like that? Because they use baking soda in their food. Okay, so when you use baking soda in your food, when you try to eat it, when it goes in your stomach, already your stomach fills with gas and you feel like it is enough. So this is what happens. Okay, NaHCO3 is the baking soda. We have other examples also. देखो, NaHCO3 is baking soda, and which gas is coming out? CO2. Carbon dioxide, CO2. So this is used in fire extinguisher. It is used in what? Fire extinguisher. So another example, washing soda. Okay, this is sodium carbonate. This is the formula. कभी कभी एग्जाम में पूछेगा Na2CO3 10H2O. Do you understand? Chemical name. What is the chemical name? Sodium carbonate. Okay. So how it is manufactured? With the help of baking soda. Okay. So these are all the examples. Uses of washing soda. It is used to wash glass, utensils. Okay, everything. ये सब देखा है, right? Domestic purposes. Permanent hardness of water. Crystallization of water. Okay. Copper sulfate and 5H2O. Gypsum and 2H2O. अभी ये देखो experiment. Water crystallization of water. There is a boiling tube. I am taking copper sulfate burner, and you can see a gas coming out. Water droplets are collected. We heat the crystal. This water is removed from the salt and it turns white. Okay. Next, again water is poured. It turns into blue. Okay. So crystal reappears. So these are an example of water present. Plaster of Paris. POP. Suna hai? Look at the formula. CaSO4 half H2O. Okay, basically two CaSO4 molecules are sharing one H2O. Okay, remember that. Plaster of Paris is a white powder, and on mixing with water it changes gypsum, once again giving a hard solid mass. Okay, tell me which all places you have seen plaster of Paris? Doll. Doll means idol. Yeah, statue. Fracture हो गया तो use करते हैं, right? False ceiling. Yes, good. Huh. Fine. Look at this now. Examples. It is used in fractured bones to make it in the right position. It is used for making toys. Have you seen like this? Okay. It is used in materials of decorations. Have you seen like this? To make the surfaces smooth. That's it. The chapter of acid bases is done. Any doubts you have? Okay. Shall we revise? Lights on? Okay. Yeah. No, no, no. It is acid only, but it will become more acidic. Hmm. Somewhere near 7, right? Huh. Hmm. Okay. Then. It will become acidic. See, saliva be acid here, right? Saliva is there inside stomach. Hydrochloric acid we have, right? Whatever food you eat. Now imagine you take a rice, a grain of rice, which is cooked rice. You are keeping in your mouth. How will it get digested? What is rice? Carbohydrates. What is carbohydrate? It is sugar. C6H12O6, right? अभी when you break this, when you break carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, this oxygen only will go to your body, right? Then only you get energy, heat. Okay, so the idea is how to break it. So saliva will help you out. Saliva is acidic. Then okay, this is how the things will take place. तो और जैसे एसिडिक बनेगा स्टमक में जाएगा, HCl will act and the food will be broken into pieces, मतलब एनर्जी मिलेगा. Okay, तो रात after every food your mouth will be like acidic, little acidic. That's why you have to brush your teeth. And the teeth is made up of calcium, correct? Okay, so अगर आपने ब्रश नहीं किया या फिर imagine there is something you ate and it is stuck up in your teeth. Okay, you will not know that food particle will become more acidic and calcium will keep degrading. Okay, the acid will react with the teeth, with the calcium, and with the food also, with the saliva also. Okay, so that's the reason. Have you seen people, after eating food they will wash their mouth properly. They'll wash their mouth. Why? Because अगर कुछ food particle अटका हुआ है, then it is a danger. ठीक है? Okay, any doubts you have, you can just read the 10th standard acid and bases, this chapter. Okay, tell me which acid is present in tomato, tamarind. Okay, if a bee or a ant is stinging you, which acid? Methanoic acid or formic acid. Okay, good. Now, if a blue litmus paper turns into red, is it acidic or basic? Acidic. And if a red litmus paper turns blue, it is basic. Okay, then pH values we have seen it, right? If the pH value is between 0 to 7, is it acidic or basic? Acidic. If it is more than 7? Basic. Okay. Give me examples of 3 mineral acids. Sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid. Okay, why sulfuric acid is more acidic compared to other acid? Number of, yes, number of hydrogen is more. Okay, next. Sodium bases. Give me example of some bases. What is NaOH? Sodium? Sodium hydroxide. Next. Calcium? Okay, fine. Chalo, done. So CDS, afcat, students, you can just revise your science part. Okay, and you guys can revise your science part. Now we'll do integration. Okay? Chalo. I'll be asking you formulas of integration, differentiation, integration. Ready? Nikalo, take out your maths notebook.